stray cat saves a baby from danger. The ending will leave you in tears. Late one winter night, a stray cat named Whiskers wandered the empty streets searching for food. He had no home, no family, just the cold and hunger as his constant companions. As he roamed through a dark alley, a faint cry caught his ears. Curious, he followed the sound and discovered a newborn baby, wrapped in a thin blanket, abandoned near a dumpster. The baby's tiny hands trembled in the freezing air. Without hesitation, Whiskers curled his frail body around the infant, purring softly to provide warmth. Hours passed, and though the night grew colder, he never moved, shielding the baby with everything he had. Then, danger struck. A large, hungry, stray dog approached, its eyes locked onto the helpless infant. Whiskers knew he was no match for the beast, but he refused to back down. He arched his back, hissed, and launched himself at the dog, clawing desperately. The fight was brutal. The dog flung Whiskers aside, but the tiny cat kept coming back, refusing to let the baby be harmed. Just as the dog prepared to lunge again, a loud scream pierced the air. A woman, a nurse on her way home, had heard the commotion. She ran towards the scene, scaring the dog away. Her eyes widened as she saw the baby and the injured cat beside it. Tears filled her eyes as she picked up the tiny infant, cradling it in warmth. Then she turned to Whiskers, his body weak, his breathing shallow. He had given everything to save a child he didn't even know. That night, the baby was taken to the hospital and survived. But Whiskers, he had finally found what he had always longed for, a home. The nurse took him in, nursed him back to health, and from that day on, Whiskers was no longer a stray. He was a hero. Months later, the once abandoned baby, now healthy and safe, reached out with tiny hands to pet the cat who had saved his life. Whiskers purred, curling up beside him, knowing he had finally found where he belonged. Not all heroes wear capes. Some have fur and a heart full of love.